Everybody talks about the big baby items, the essentials, car seat, stroller, crib. Today, I want to talk about some more mid to small size items that are easily forgotten and can make your life much easier as a new mom. So the first one right off the bat is a diaper caddy. Okay, this is like 20 to 30 bucks. It's an everyday item multiple times a day. For me, it is a winner. Another example, I did not buy this item and so greatly wish I would have, was a portable high chair or portable booster seat. I wouldn't get one that goes high. A low one, kind of like camping chairs. I would get one that has a tray on it and folds up really small. It's great for just like outings, like going to the park, family barbecues, even using indoor, like I'd say an aunt's house where they don't have a high chair or a booster seat. This is an amazing item. What we did in our home was we didn't do a high chair at all. We did like a booster seat in the chair. We would unclip it and take it with us as needed, but it did not fold down and it wasn't as convenient. We made it work though because we're thrifty, but I would strongly recommend a booster seat that you can leave at home and then one that is for travel. It can be a great way to get them to eat on the go, lock them in, and you can sit in your own chair and enjoy the party as well and eat your own food. So portable booster seat, meaning a high chair booster seat, not like a car seat booster seat, just for clarification, is an item that you're probably forgetting and I highly recommend you put on your baby registry. Another couple of items that get very easily overlooked, and I see them on some baby registries, but not enough, would be hangers, if you're gonna put clothing in the closet, drawer organizers or dividers. This could be like the bin style, or it could be the ones that are almost like a bar, and it can adjust and it can separate the drawer into say thirds or a line down the middle. You can live without these things. You could use random boxes from Amazon, but very helpful and something you can use long term. I have drawer dividers in my current dresser to divide socks and underwear. So it's not a baby item, it's a forever item. Hangers, you're gonna get the baby size. I would not get expensive because you will outgrow them and eventually they move on to adult hangers. And then kind of along those same lines of hangers and drawer organizers with clothing would be a hamper to then put the dirty clothes in. I love a hamper. I'm into my laundry system. I actually have another channel where I talk about that. I'll link the video down in the description if you want to check out more of my home management and organization as a mom. But for you as a new mom working on your baby registry, a hamper is a must-have. I would not get a Winnie the Pooh or butterfly one. I would get one that they can take to college. Let's be practical, okay? Now this next one is not exciting, but it could be incredibly useful, and that is a stroller organizer. So a lot of strollers nowadays don't actually have what you need. They don't have the foam holder. They don't have the cup holder. So there are these universal stroller organizers. Okay, it just can hold your keys, your wallet, your phone. If they got a zipper pouch, keep everything locked in where you want it. So depending on what stroller you're getting, you may want to invest in a simple stroller organizer, all right? About $30, and it's something that it brings a system and efficiency to going on a walk, okay? I'm not a big fan of having luxury gadgets, but for me, this is so practical. It's just a core practical item. So stroller organizer for the win. Now, of course, we have these small items that can solve big problems, and that would be baby proofing. So I did not go hardcore on baby proofing. So I'm not judging if you don't, but if you're into it, that's great. So you got your outlet covers, you've got different things to keep cabinets closed. You also have things like if you have any large items in your home resting against a wall, like a mirror, for example, full-length mirrors, you do want to anchor those items. Some people will also anchor furniture in the children's room, such as dressers. This is up to you to use your discretion and honestly, common sense, and also you can wait and see how your child acts, but you also never know when an accident's gonna occur. So up to you how much childproofing you wanna do, but it is something that is often forgotten on your baby registry. And do you wanna spend your money on it later, or would you rather one of your family members go ahead and buy that for you? The next item can cost under $10, and that would be pacifier clips. So my kids were both pacifier babies. Yours might not be, you might not want them to be. That's totally fine. But if you're interested at all in using a pacifier, I love a clip, okay? So for pacifiers, a little bit about my history with them. I breastfed. The passies caused zero issues, okay? Pacifiers do not cause nipple confusion in my opinion. I don't think nipple confusion is necessarily a thing. I think lazy babies become lazy because they drink out of a fast flowing nipple bottle, then they will no longer take the breast. That's what I believe. My kids didn't have bottles. They breastfed directly and they would have pacifiers. Those passies cause zero issues, okay? Just throwing that out there. Now, if you're gonna have pacifiers, I like the clips, okay? It helps you not lose the pacifiers. It helps them not get dropped in public. So what we did when our babies couldn't move, they got pacifiers. Like if they were on a blanket on the floor, they could have a passy. In the car seat, they could have a passy. Once they started crawling and getting mobile around the house, they would only get pacifiers in the car seat and in the crib. Or if we were somewhere like church, like outings. But at home, we quit giving it to them on the daily and all day because I didn't want to chase pacifiers around my house. I didn't want to keep track of them. We would literally have like 2 or 3 pacifiers out at a time. That was it. And it made it really manageable. Okay, so they stayed in the crib, like one would stay in the crib or 2, and then one would stay with the car seat, and that one would always have a clip on it. It could clip to the car seat, it could clip to their outfit, it could even clip to my outfit or the diaper bag, whatever. When you go out in public, you do not want the pacifier falling on a restaurant floor, the floor at church, or anywhere for that matter. So clips, to me, if you're gonna do pacifiers in public, it is essential. Now, how many clips do you need? 1 or 2. All right, that's it. You don't need 50 of these. Get basic colors that match every outfit. Get simple pacifier clips. Another item that I never thought I would need, but my sister got me onto, were fleece booties for winter babies. So if your baby is a winter-ish baby or going in towards winter, I hate newborn socks. I hate them with a passion. Most of the time, I would have my babies in like a sleeper where their feet were covered. That would be the ideal. But say you're going somewhere and you do put them in a real outfit. I hated putting socks on them. I didn't put newborn shoes on them, so their feet would be exposed. So my sister got me onto these little booties that basically are like cloth shoes, but they would have like a Velcro or a snap, some way to keep them on, and they stayed on so much better than socks. So I highly recommend if you're gonna have a winter baby and you want those feet covered, little fleece booties. And what I would do is get a very neutral color, like a medium tan or gray. I wouldn't necessarily do black or white. I feel like white can get really dingy and black doesn't match as many things as say more of like a neutral cream or tan would. So that's my opinion there. And again, it's kind of like the pacifier clip. You need 1 or 2. What I would recommend, if anything, is get like 1 in one size and then 1 in the next size up. So you're good to go. You don't need 20 in one size. Babies grow so fast. Duplicates, we don't need them in a lot of cases. Honestly, if you can avoid them, avoid them. They don't need to be washed every time they wear them. These are for babies that are not walking yet. They could be for a crawler, so yes, they could get dirty on the floor, but overall, they're not getting particularly dirty, and it's also not something that just like has to be washed all the time, okay? You can get around to it when you get around to it. Another thing that some people get either 0 of or a ton of would be like things like medical items and medicine. So this would be like the nose Frida, it would be like the Windy, it would be tons of thermometers, nail clippers, just medicine in general, gripe water. I don't think you need everything. I don't think you need a loaded, medicine cabinet. What I think you need are some small nail clippers, which you might already own. You don't have to get baby ones. I would say you need some sort of Motrin or Tylenol handy. And then it's up to you if you're interested in using something like a gripe water. We rarely use that kind of stuff. We, if anything, tried not to, but if you're a desperate parent, you're a desperate parent. You'll try just about anything, but I would recommend getting a couple core basics and not the whole medicine cabinet. And this next item that you might not have on your baby registry or you might have a different version of would be the Hatch nightlight and sound machine. Okay, so this is the bougiest item that I ever recommend, honestly. It's something that's not actually a need. You don't have to have a sound machine. But if you want to go the sound machine route, I love the Hatch because it has the colors with it has scheduling, and it has the sounds. And honestly, it's been amazing. We've used them from birth, and like red means night-night, green means wake up. Anytime in the morning, we'd go in the room to wake them up. We'd hit green on our phone, and then we'd go in. So our babies got trained that green means wake up, and red means like, oh, lay back down, it's night-night time. It saved us from transitioning our babies in their cribs into their toddler big kid beds. Our kids sleep great. Okay, the Hatch has been a savior in our home and such a help for mom and dad to get good quality sleep. And we have routines and structure, and sleep is golden in our house, okay? I always say my kids don't eat vegetables, but they do know how to sleep, and they do know how to sleep well. So I'm thankful for that. The Hatch nightlight is something I highly recommend you put on your baby registry, but it's important that you use it right. Otherwise, you are just getting an overpriced nightlight and sound machine. All right, so I have some videos I can link on that as well, going deeper into how to use it efficiently and effectively as we have, if you are interested. When it comes to building your baby registry, it's about having the right things, not all the things, okay? And these are some things that I feel like are commonly forgotten, and most of these are essential. Obviously, we all parent different, and that's part of the beauty of it, okay? Building a baby registry can feel overwhelming because everyone has their advice for their life, but you need to focus on your life and what's gonna work for you. And that's why I offer personalized baby registry review services. I go through your baby registry and we go item by item. First, I'm gonna get the lowdown though. Are you going back to work? Are you gonna breastfeed? And that helps me know what you need, what to recommend you get, what to recommend you skip or eliminate from your baby registry as well. So if you want a baby registry that is simple, focused, and practical, you can check down in the description. I will have a link to my baby registry review services and you can check out all the information there. If this video reminded you to add one item to your baby registry that you had forgotten, go ahead and give it a like. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.